Hi folks, well we're back again with lesson number 11 in Power Lessons Living Golf from the Heart of the Game. This is one of my favorite subjects to talk about because it's so absolutely necessary in everything we do in life. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. It's as simple as that. But in order to believe it, we have to go through a lot of conditioning, a lot of rehearsal, so we get to the point of everything I've talked about up until now, all of these aspects that really give us the true power in our life that bring us to this level of belief. We believe we can. I think it was Henry Ford that said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's so true. So we put question marks in our mind when it comes to belief. I've come here to hole number 5. It's particularly an important hole for this concept of belief because the green is completely blocked and you can't see really where the green surface is because of the reeds that grow up. So you have a swamp area and very high reeds. It's almost blocked completely. At times during the summer when the reeds are fully grown, they actually have to put an extended pin on here just to see the top of the pin. So we have to come up with a sense of belief of our ability to allow the ball to clear those reeds without any fear, anxiety, or frustration. It comes from rehearsal, there's no doubt, but it also comes from one of the other powers I talked, the power of mindset, that we set our mind in the right place to allow us to believe. So you see how all of these different lessons start to coincide to bring us to this conclusion of belief. So I'll take a few practice swings to instill my belief in my confidence to bring the club back and just simply allow it to go through in a smooth action. Remember, the golf swing is not a brutal motion. The golf swing is a smooth, flowing motion. As you're starting to learn to instill the sense of belief, I would suggest whatever club you think you need to use one more club. So you take any question marks out of your mind, particularly on a hole like this, that you don't have enough club. If you trace your game back, you're going to find that most of the time you've come up short. That's because we like to sneak up on things. We're a little bit tentative in really going for it. You know from things I've talked about in the past that I have a real going for it attitude in my teaching, in my belief systems, that we can't sit passively and let things come to us. But we have to allow things to come to us. We can do that through instilling belief. So I've made a few practice swings already. I'll just get a last quick look here at where my target is. I don't focus on the target, I focus on alignment. So I come up and square the club to where I would like the ball to end up. I project my mind out there to where the ball will be, not where the ball is. And I believe that it will fly to that destination. So we'll take a swing here and see what happens. That was a fairly square hit. Looks pretty good. We'll go up and see. I won't hit a second shot here because I couldn't make much of a better swing than that. So there'll be no purpose to it. But I have a lot to talk about belief when we get up by the green. Let's go up and see what the result of that was. All right, I had a very, very good result as far as where the ball flew to. It hit right on the green exactly where I wanted to, almost within a foot or two, because the pin looked like it was on the left. What I'm going to show you is what can happen, which can really be frustrating. Even though my belief and everything worked, you're always at the will of whatever the lie is on the green at any given time. So I hit the shot the way I wanted, but watch what happens. The ball mark was right here, so I'm just going to repair that ball mark. So the ball hit and checked, stopped almost dead, and then rolled because of the green. Now I'm just going to drop this ball to show you how severe this green is. I'm going to give it no forward motion, and I'm simply going to drop it. Watch where the ball rolls to. All the way across and off the green. Now, we have to make that shot and believe that we can get it up and close to the hole and into the hole. So our belief system shifts. Now you could be easily rattled right now, so we have to walk back slowly to that next shot. I always recommend you do that. Don't rush back out of fear, anger, or frustration. Take your time, think about what just happened. You just hit an incredibly beautiful shot. Now you come back here and you play your next shot. You can only be in the moment of the shot. Remember that. You can't think of what happened in the past or what happened in the future. Now here's where my actual ball landed. Here's where the one I rolled, just dropped and rolled to. So you can see that you can do exactly what you want to do and believe you can, and then suddenly you're thrown for a curve, a little bit of a curve, and you got to react at that point. Stay in the moment, focus, create the process. Do not become result-oriented. So now I have a pitch shot. Still, this green is quite severe. Good thing is I'm pitching up to the hole, so it's going to take a little of the breakout. But I still have to hit it to the right. Also, I'm uphill, so I have to believe and trust the length of my backswing. In a pitch shot, remember, it's the backswing that controls the distance, not the forward swing. It's very easy to get here and chunk it or drive it hard over the green on the other side. This is probably one of the best holes that I can think of anywhere I've ever played, that is as good a character of a hole that I can have to talk about this concept of belief. So I'm going to set my club, square up, and hit my shot. I'm going to instill confidence and belief. Focus on where the ball will be, not where the ball is, and let it happen. Feels pretty good. Should come down a little bit to the pin. Okay, I've got a putt, a little downhill putt there, but I should be able to make it. Let's go up and see if I can drop that putt. Talk about belief. All right, my pitch shot now came up to the right of the hole, about 2.5 feet. So I have what would be on a flat green a pretty given that I'm going to make the putt. Not so here. It's running away from me, and you saw in the last segment of this particular video how that ball will roll across the green. If I miss this putt, I could easily roll off the green again. So I have to take my time and feel the break, feel the flow of the green, the gravity flow, the point at which it's flowing straight downhill. Allow the ball to roll onto that line and then into the hole. So we'll give it a go. Before I make this putt, however, I want to reference the reeds behind me. That's what I had to clear. That was the interference that could have disturbed my belief systems tremendously, and you can see how tall they are and how close they are to the green. So there's a lot of reed to carry before you get to the green. So psychologically, that can be extremely disturbing, and if your belief systems aren't intact, you don't have a chance to get it over those reeds. So you have to work on that. Keep the swing smooth, take more club than you need, allow the swing to flow, and you'll get it up here around the green. Okay, let's give this shot a try and see what happens. I'll square my blade very carefully. I'm going to make a very gentle stroke, but it has to still be committed. You can't decelerate into the ball, so I have to make a gentle stroke, but a committed stroke at the same time. I have to believe that the ball will flow into the hole. So I set my body. Very important to take a light grip when you're putting. If you start to squeeze the club out of anxiety or frustration, your motor skills will be thrown off completely. So keep it light. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got a little gentle, too gentle, and it rolled on by to the low side. That's because I didn't quite trust and have total belief and commitment. That was perfect. So I learned from that first one to go back and make commitment in the second putt. So again, when you're on the course and you're not holding people up, don't hesitate to hit a second ball. You can learn a lot about yourself and a lot about belief. Well, that'll end this segment. The next segment is going to be the wrap-up of this series, Living Golf, Power Lessons from the Heart of the Game. I'm going to bring this into a summary conclusion in the next lesson, so make sure you're here for that one.